start, Coco, welcome back to Cincinnati, a tournament with a lot of fond memories. Just talk us through how you're feeling after Canada and, yeah, getting ready for the tournament.
Yeah, obviously in Toronto was a good tournament. Tough loss against Alina, but happy to be back here in Cincy and hopefully have a good run here.
Great. Just jump in with questions.
This tournament can be such a spark as we head towards New York, and I just wondered if you might take a minute and reflect on 2023 and all that did for you, that incredible run.
Yeah, it was my first 1,000 level title, so it was. I think it definitely gave me a lot of confidence before the Open, having that experience, and it's always going to be a special tournament for me. One of the tournaments I grew up watching and looking forward to every year as a kid. So I think I don't try to put too much on momentum before slams because I've done well with no momentum and done well with momentum. But obviously, I feel like it's much more comfortable when you have a couple wins under your belt.
Do you feel as though things like clicked more for you? Like, did you feel more comfortable up in Canada with kind of how you were playing, your decision making, all that? Was it more of the same? Kind of where do you gauge like where things were at?
Yeah, I think I was more comfortable there. I think it's a tournament that is typically harder for me because of the faster courts. But yeah, I feel like it clicked a little bit. I think it really clicked at Wimbledon, and the same thing transferred over to Canada, which I was happy with those matches. But obviously, there's a lot that I wish I could have done more in the semifinal. But I think it's just a learning experience. You don't see too many players like Alina on tour, so it is something that I had to learn about and grow from.
Coco, this is the only time of year that the tours and top players really come through the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if anything feels uniquely Midwest about this tournament compared to where else, all the other places you go, even in the United States.
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question, honestly. I mean, this is the only time I ever come to the Midwest because I never grew up playing junior tournaments in this section. But I mean, the main thing is just I feel like this tournament has more family coming than others, and just the niceness. I feel like people are a bit nicer here in Cincinnati. No, I really do think that. It's not quite like Southern, but it's I feel like it's kind of the same, sometimes the same morals a little bit. So, and yeah, I feel like as an American, obviously, it's nice just to play in the U.S. wherever it is.
Are you more relaxed here?
Well, I mean,
it's very low key.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, just because it feels familiar. But I feel like that's almost everywhere I play in the States. But I don't know, it just feels familiar. And I don't know, that's why I like playing here in the U.S. And Cincinnati's obviously a bigger city, but it still has a hometown kind of feel when you go, especially where we are now in Mason. Hometown kind of feel, which is where I'm from in Florida, so it kind of feels a little bit like that, where there doesn't seem like there's a lot going on, but if you dig a little bit, there's stuff going on.
Coco, you had really deep runs in Canada and Wimbledon that kind of ended with really close semifinals. Is it more frustrating that you were so close, or is it more encouraging the confidence that these tournaments bring you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I don't think it's frustrating. I mean, obviously, I feel like when you look at it in hindsight, more so Wimbledon, that could feel frustrating. But I look at it more as gratitude and knowing, it was maybe a different decision away from a final. And I mean, as far as my semi in Canada, I mean, I don't think that one felt as close. I got the kind of last two sets I kind of got rolled, so that doesn't feel as frustrating. But I don't know, I think it just shows improvement, though. I do feel like I'm getting improvement, and especially against players that I usually struggle against badly. So I think I'm making the right decisions as far as the adjustments I'm making to my game, and just trusting that it will click.
And then on the topic of the Midwest, what's your favorite spot in the Cincinnati area aside from the tennis center?
Honestly, every time I'm here, I usually only have 1 day off. I'm staying in the city right next to the baseball stadium. I don't know what is the river called, or the water by the
Yeah, a river.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, that area, there was like a little fair there going on last year, and I went to that, and that was really nice. And they had like mini golf there, so I like that area, but I don't know what it's called.
Coco, you mentioned, I'm sorry. You mentioned obviously Elena being a tricky kind of opponent. I'm curious with Rybakina, kind of pretty close to potentially taking over number one. How do you contrast her game to Arena because an amateur eye might see it as okay, big serve, big forehand 1-2, but what makes her particularly tricky?
I mean, I guess if you contrast the styles, I feel like she's a lot flatter than Irina, which can make it, which some girls love and some don't like it as much. And I mean, the serve I think is more unpredictable. I mean, she probably has the best serve on tour, so I think that's like the hardest part for me. I feel like when playing against her. But Irina also has like a great serve, which can also be unpredictable. But I don't know. I think just Elena, she just gives like she doesn't second guess. Like she has her way of playing, and I don't really. Maybe in her head she has a plan B or C, but I feel like she plays the same way like almost every time, and she's very sure of her game. And I think there's obviously pros and cons to that. So I feel like when she's on, it's really tough because this is what she does all the time. Whereas I feel like Irina. She kind of has a similar, but she's added more things like slicing and drop shotting and coming to the net, so it's a little bit different than what she's done in the past. But it's very hard to compare because they're so similar but also so different. But they're definitely games that obviously are really tough to play against.
Okay, we'll do a couple more.
Coco, I'm wondering if, or what can we expect from you on the doubles court the rest of the year, and if we might see any more Makoko reunions or doubles reunions with Jess Pegula?
All of those times that's happened is spontaneous, so I don't think I have any more plans playing doubles this year. Maybe in on the Asian swing, but other than that, that's about it. For sure, I mean, every time I enjoy playing with Katie and Jess, so. I mean, Katie is still playing, I think, doubles all the time. I think Jess is starting to, fall back like has fallen back like I have. But I'm sure there'll be reunions. It's just spontaneous. It's not planned as it may seem.
Last one? Yeah, go for it.
Just a random question, but do you play video games much or no?
Not really. I used to play Fortnite a lot during COVID, but that's about it. Or Among Us a little bit, but I'm not a gamer.
I won't keep going.
Okay.
That's fine. That's it.
All right, thank you
Thank
very much.
you.